WrestleMania with him, Big Show, and Mark Henry.
Yeah, forgot to mention this is a steel cage match. It's a steel cage match. Daniel Bryan, I think, has the advantage in this match because he is a smaller guy and he'll be able to scale the side of the cage. Whereas Mark Henry and Big Show, they're bigger guys. I don't see them climbing the side of the cage. I see them more trying to use the door. So I'm gonna have to go with Daniel Bryan on this, only because he's a smaller guy and he'll be able to scale the side of the cage.
We could also see the cage break.
We could.
We have two huge guys. That would be a shocking ending. I'm calling it now. That's how it's gonna end.
Yeah, we could see Big Show or Mark Henry spear one or the other through the side of the cage and escape the cage and become champion. But I don't know. I think Daniel Bryan's gonna find a way to win this match, whether he scales the ring or scales the cage or whatever.
Yeah. But the thing is, they have to touch the ground in order for them. Because look, the steel cage door closes and they're still on top. They're both, right on top of the cage, on top of the metal. They're not touching the ground. That doesn't count unless Big Show's giant leg goes boom. On the side. That can happen. But then again, Daniel Bryan can all of a sudden slingshot himself to the floor. He's gonna
Who says the cage is gonna fall this way? It could swing open this way, and
It could. Cause then again, because I've seen cages built. WWE wrestling cages built. And what they do is they tied all the sides, the posts, so it can't open that way unless somehow they're gonna break something, unless they're, then again it's like 1,000 pounds crashing into the side of the cage. Yeah. Could happen. This is not, it's the top of the welded, thing.
You've seen the cage or the ring collapse twice.
Yeah, it's true.
In the whole WWE history.
By these two guys.
You think Big Show and Mark Henry might break the ring?
I don't see it happening.
While the cage is on there?
I don't see that happening because that loses its effect the more times they do it,
Yeah, you don't want to do it too much. Because then again, you'll be like, what?
Yeah.
But wait! I think you have some advice. You have something. What do you have for us?
Those are the only announced matches. But
yeah. I've heard some
rumors. I come up with 3 matches that could possibly be on the card. There would be some good matches. Got the tag team title match, Epico and Primo versus the Usos. Since Air Boom has lost the tag team titles, Epico and Primo won them from them. They've been kind of hinting at Epico and Primo and Usos title match, maybe. So that could possibly be on the card. What do you guys think of that?
I think it could be too. The last couple of weeks they've been doing Epico and Primo versus the Usos on Raw and SmackDown and at house shows. So.
And if they do put it on the card, I'm going to go with Epico and Primo just so they can hold it a while, bring more prestige back to the tag team division.
And they're a legit tag team. They were not thrown together. They're cousins. They're a legit tag team.
Just like the Usos?
Yeah, the Usos are a legit tag team. Evan Bourne and Kofi Kingston were just thrown together last summer.
Yeah.
So they weren't necessarily legit tag team. I like legit tag teams. I think they should have more. They have more, they're just not utilizing them correctly.
What do you think, Lupe?
Yeah, those 2 tag teams are probably the most established, tag teams of all time since for a while actually. Since I remember watching the Guerreros. I remember watching what's his name, Haas and Benjamin. Was that?
Yes.
Shelton Benjamin.
The
World's greatest tag team.
World's greatest tag team. But that's not the point that we're talking about. The now. For a prediction, the Primo and Primo tag team. Yeah.
Okay.
And so that's what I'm gonna go and stick with because I have seen Primo in action in person. In person, what? Be jealous, guys.
So have
Be jealous.
So
I've tagged with him. Be jealous. He's a good part. And now,
who
bottom line
do you
is,
think you are, the Miz?
I am Lupe Santiago, or was, but the era still exists. It's on the internet. Check it out, guys. Lupe
What
Santiago.
about,
And then
what about Unico and Camacho? They
Who
could
cares?
throw them in a tag team match at the
Nobody
Rumble
even
too.
knows who Camacho is. Serious.
Camacho,
just-
that's a funny name.
I'm just putting
And
it out
then
there.
we have maybe Eve and Beth Phoenix for the women's or Divas Championship, which I think they should just get rid of because
There's a lot of matches.
yeah. But I'm gonna go with Beth Phoenix if they do put the match on the card, just so they can bring her back to TV because she hasn't been on TV in a couple weeks, and just dominates.
I think Beth Phoenix too is gonna win this match just because she hasn't been on TV in a while.
Beth Phoenix. I'm gonna go for you, but you gotta call me. You gotta call me. Call me.
The last match I predict is Cody Rhodes versus Justin Gabriel. I'm gonna go with Cody Rhodes to retain the Intercontinental Championship.
I'm gonna have to go with Cody Rhodes on this too.
Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes. We'll stay with Cody Rhodes.
Cody Rhodes.
Cody Rhodes all the way.
I guess that concludes the Royal Rumble version of Vintage. We'll see you next month.
Wait.
Show one thing.
There's one more thing, guys. One more thing.
New title.
Who's the champion?
What?
Nobody knows. Nobody
Whoever
knows.
wins, whoever hits most matches correctly gets the new spinning Vintage pay-per-view pitch championship.
Okay, that concludes Vintage. We'll see you next month for
Elimination Chamber, and then in
WrestleMania.
April, WrestleMania.
Vintage out.